Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other, and the future leaders are with Tripti Sharma in the class. Welcome to everyone. It is class 8. Our topic is Sentences, chapter 1. In this chapter, we shall study about sentences and its classifications. The classification of sentences are of two types. First, on the basis of structure, and second, on the basis of function. And we shall have some exercises and quiz time as well. Now let's see the definition of sentence. A sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. It means the sentence expresses a sense, a meaning. It should be meaningful. For example, I use gel pen to write. Rishi is going to play. These are the groups of words. These groups of words express meaning. They express a complete thought. So these are sentences. If these words get jumbled, for example, let's take the first one. I use gel pen to write. If it becomes gel pen I to write use, it becomes meaningless, though this is also a group of words. So if the group of words are meaningless, that is not supposed to be a sentence. If it is meaningful, if it expresses a complete thought, then only it will be called a sentence. Now we shall discuss about the classifications of sentences. The sentences can be classified on two bases. First, on the basis of structure, and second, on the basis of function. The first kind of classification of sentences is based on structure. In this way, sentences are of three kinds: simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. Now, it's time to understand the difference among three types of sentences. Here, we are discussing the classification of sentences on the basis of structure. So, we shall discuss about simple sentence. It is easiest to learn because it consists of only one clause. For example, Ram does his work. I cook food. The second type of sentence is a compound sentence. Students, we know the meaning of compound. In science, compound means a combination of elements. It is also called a mixture. But in English, compound sentence means a combination of two or more independent clauses. Or you can say a compound sentence consists of two or more independent clauses. These clauses are joined together by the help of coordinating conjunctions. Some examples of coordinating conjunctions are for, or, nor, and, but, yet, so, etc. Some of the examples of compound sentence are on the screen. He is poor but happy. He tried but did not pass. Now let's discuss complex sentence. A complex sentence has at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Subordinating conjunctions are used to combine these clauses. Some examples of subordinating conjunctions are as, because, unless, until, before, after, when, who, where, etc. Here we must note some points. First, independent clause means principal clause or main clause. You can say that independent clause is also known as principal clause and as main clause. And the dependent clause is known as subordinate clause. Second point. The independent clause expresses its complete thought without anybody's help, but the dependent or subordinate clause needs the help of independent clause to express its complete thought. Let's see the examples. There are two examples on the screen. He is the boy who plays piano. I know the place where she keeps her dolls. Let's see the first example. He is the boy who plays piano. This sentence consists of two clauses. He is the boy is the independent clause. Who plays piano is dependent clause. He is the boy. It is an independent clause because it expresses itself completely. We get the thought what it wants to express. But when we say who plays piano, and when we just say who plays piano, a question rises in the mind. What the speaker wants to say. But when we combine both the clauses, he is the boy who plays piano, we get a complete sense. So students, one important thing that you must notice here is all the subordinate clauses in a complex sentence begin with a subordinating conjunctions. So this is for complex sentence. Here we discussed three important things in a complex sentence, that a complex sentence has at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Second point, subordinating conjunctions are used to combine these clauses in a complex sentence. Third important thing, that the subordinate clause mostly begins with a subordinating conjunction. The second classification of sentences is based on function. There are four types of sentences on the basis of function, and they are declarative sentences, exclamatory sentences, interrogative sentences, and imperative sentences. Now the first kind of the sentence is declarative sentence. It is also known as an assertive sentence or a statement. It states facts. A declarative sentence expresses opinion. The examples are: Pallavi is a student. I like coffee. The second kind of sentence is exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence expresses the sudden and strong feelings such as surprise, sorrow, happiness, admiration, pity, etc. An exclamatory sentence always ends with an exclamation mark. The examples are: what a shame! That's amazing! Now let's move to an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a direct question and as it asks a question, it always ends with a question mark. Interrogative sentences are made in two ways. First, with the help of a question word, and second, the interrogative sentence begins with a helping verb. Helping verb is also known as an auxiliary verb. Let's look at the examples. What are you doing? This is an example of interrogative sentence, and this interrogative sentence with a question word. And the second example, do you have a pencil? This begins with a helping word. So in this way, interrogative sentences can be written in two ways. First, some interrogative sentences begin with question word like what, who, where, etc. And second, some interrogative sentences begin with helping verbs. Now let's discuss imperative sentence. An imperative sentence is a sentence that is a command. It is used to make suggestions and requests. The examples are stand at ease, go to your room, etc. There are some fundamental things that we must take care of while writing a sentence. First, every sentence begins with a capital letter. And secondly, every sentence ends with a punctuation mark. If it is a declarative sentence or an imperative sentence, it will end with a full stop or period. But in the case of an exclamatory sentence, the mark of exclamation is put at the end of it. And all interrogative sentences end with question mark. Now it's quiz time. Students, here you have to read the given sentences and decide if the given sentences are declarative, exclamatory, interrogative or imperative. The sentences are: I completed my homework on time. Do as I say. Can you help me with this problem? This dress is gorgeous. Will the teacher be late? Now, it's the time to check our learning with the help of the exercises given. So, exercise A is on the screen. The exercise A asks you to choose the correct option. And students, there are 4 sentences which you have to complete with the help of given options. Each question has 3 options. So let's go through the sentences. A sentence always begins with a. You have to complete it, and the options are capital letter, B small letter, and C full stop. The second sentence that you have to complete is: a simple sentence has only 1 or 2 or 3 subject and 1 finite verb. Next sentence: a sentence that is made up of 1 principal clause and 1 or more subordinate clauses is called a simple sentence, complex sentence or compound sentence. Fourth is: a sentence that makes a statement is called an assertive sentence, imperative sentence or exclamatory sentence. And the last one is: an imperative sentence expresses a statement, a question or a command or request. Exercise B asks you to identify the given sentences as compound or simple. Students, here you have to write C for compound and S for simple. So before starting the exercise, let's revise the rules of simple and compound sentences. Simple sentence consists one clause. It means it has one subject and one finite verb. But a compound sentence consists of two or more independent clauses. Coordinating conjunctions are used in compound sentences to combine the clauses. Some examples of coordinating conjunctions are or, nor, and, but, so, yet, etc. Now let's go through the exercise. I recognized my sister's voice at once. The doors are of light cream color. She is capable of extraordinary kindness. The strong wind rocked the ship dangerously. He tried, but did not succeed. The storm had calmed down and the sky was clear. Students, let's attempt the first sentence. Sentence A. I recognized my sister's voice at once. Here subject is I and finite verb is recognized. Since this sentence has one subject and one finite verb, so it is a simple sentence. Now sentence E. He tried but did not succeed. This sentence consists of two clauses. First, he tried. Second, he did not succeed. Since both the clauses are referring to same person, so he is not used repeatedly. And both are independent clause. He tried, we get the complete thought that it wants to express. He did not succeed. It is also a complete thought. It is expressing a complete thought. So both are independent clauses, and these two independent clauses are combined with the help of a coordinating conjunction but. And in this way you will complete the exercise. The next exercise on the screen asks you to decide which of the following sentences are compound and which are complex. So we have already revised the rules of simple and compound sentences in the previous exercise. So here we shall discuss the rules of complex sentences before starting the exercise. A complex sentence consists at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Subordinating conjunctions are used. Some examples of subordinating conjunctions are as, because, until, unless, before, after, who, where, when, etc. Now let's start the exercise. She goes to school, but her sister stays at home. Students, you know it that this sentence consists two independent clauses, and these two independent clauses are combined with the help of but. So it is a coordinating conjunction. Now sentence B. I know where she has gone. This sentence also consists of two clauses, I know and second clause is where she has gone. I know is an independent clause and where she has gone is a dependent clause, and it is combined with where, a subordinating conjunction. So it is a complex sentence. And students, you will solve the other remaining 3 sentences in this way only. Now students, you have already attempted the similar kind of exercise in quiz time. So here means again you have to identify the types of sentences. There are some sentences on the screen and you have to tell whether they are declarative, interrogative, exclamatory or imperative. The sentences are: please open the window, take some more soup, Mahatma Gandhi taught truth and non-violence, let's go for a walk. Some kinds of food are not conducive to health. Either of these roads leads to the railway station. The cat drank all milk. The young man is climbing the cliff. They left college last year. The clock stopped this morning. Students, do all the exercises in your notebook. That's all in this lesson. Health is wealth. So stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you. Have a nice day.